Hello students, in this video let us discuss solubility of gas in liquid and Henry's law. In general, all gases are soluble in water or in any other liquid to a greater or smaller extent, and that plays an important role in our daily life. Example here, carbonated beverages, that is soft drinks, and cleaning agents like aqueous solution of ammonia or formalin. Formalin means what? Aqueous solution of formaldehyde. And also the natural water contains dissolved oxygen that is vital for existence of aquatic life in oceans and also rivers. Now here the solubility of a gas in a liquid expressed with a term absorption coefficient. Let us see what is that. So absorption coefficient defined as the volume of a gas in milliliter that can be dissolved by 1 ml of a liquid at 1 atmosphere pressure is known as absorption coefficient, indicated with alpha, and that alpha is equals to V by V and P. Here small v is volume of gas in milliliter that is dissolved in a solvent, and capital V is the volume in milliliter of the solvent or the liquid, and P is pressure. So this is the formula for alpha. That means alpha is what? Absorption coefficient. And another term is also there to express the that dissolution of gases, that is solubility. What is the definition of solubility? The volume, that means here instead of volume, here we can take it which one? Mass. So the maximum amount of a gas that can be dissolved in 100 gram of water or any solvent is known as which one? Solubility. And what are the factors affecting solubility here? Let us see. The first factor is nature of gas and solvent. Here first let us see what is nature of gas. Easily liquefiable gases are more soluble in water. Easily liquefiable gases are more soluble in water. And here the gases which can chemically react with water, they also undergo to a greater dissolution. The gases which can ionize in water, that also shows greater solubility in water. Examples here, HCl when dissolved in water undergoes ionization. So HCl is more soluble in water, and NH3 chemically reacts with water, so it is also more soluble in water. So like that, solubility depends on nature of the gas, and also that depends on nature of the solvent. For example, if we consider the CO2, its solubility in water is more compared with oxygen and nitrogen, because NH3 is polar and CO2 is polar, that is more soluble in which one? polar solvent like water. But here oxygen and nitrogen solubility is more in ethyl alcohol compared with CO2. So like that here the solubility depends on nature of both gas and also solvent. Okay, this is regarding nature of the gas and solvent. Then another factor is temperature. Let us see what is the effect of temperature on solubility of gas in a liquid. As solubility of a gas in a liquid is exothermic reaction, low temperature is favorable for the solubility of gas in any given liquid, because that solubility of gas in water or any liquid is exothermic reaction. So we can express this factor with change in Gibbs free energy also. For example, if you consider Gibbs free energy change, delta G equals to delta H minus T delta S. For the dissolution of a gas in any liquid, delta H is negative and delta S also negative, because when a gas dissolved in liquid, it converts into aqueous solution. Comparatively gaseous state, in aqueous solution state entropy is less. So here delta S also negative. As both delta H and delta S are negative, at low temperatures delta G becomes negative. So if delta G is negative, we know that the process is said to be spontaneous. So low temperature is favorable for the solubility of a gas in any liquid. That means as the temperature increases, the solubility of gas in liquid decreases. So we can indicate with a graph. Let it be the solubility and temperature. Solubility of a gas is linear function with temperature. As temperature increases, solubility of gas decreases. And here the relation between solubility and temperature is expressed with one equation, that is similar to Clausius-Clapeyron equation. Let us see what is that equation here. Log S2 by S1, where S2 and S1 are solubility of a gas at two different temperatures T1 and T2. Now here this is delta H solubility by 2.303 into R 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. So this is similar to which one? That Clausius-Clapeyron equation. So this is the relation of temperature and solubility of a gas in water or in any liquid. Okay, so in summer season it is better to drink pot water, because in cold water more amount of oxygen get dissolved. Okay, then after this effect of temperature, another factor is also there, that is nothing but pressure. As pressure increases, solubility of a gas in any liquid or in water also increases. So mass of the gas dissolved in any given liquid is directly proportional to pressure. Now m equals to K into P, where K is a proportionality constant. And by using this expression, m1 by m2 equals to p1 by p2. That means if we know the mass of gas dissolved in any liquid at any one pressure, we can measure mass of that gas dissolved in that liquid at another pressure. So this is the use of this equation. And one more important thing here, effect of pressure on solubility was clearly explained by Henry's law. Let us see what is Henry's law here. According to Henry's law, mole fraction of a gas is directly proportional to partial pressure. Mole fraction of a gas in a given solvent or in a given solution is directly proportional to its partial pressure. So P proportional to X, and here P equals to KH into X, where KH is known as Henry's constant and P is partial pressure, where X is mole fraction. And this expression can also be written as P is equals to KH into M, where M is known as molality. Where M is known as which one? Molality. Of course, we know that how to write which one here? Mole fraction expression. How to write mole fraction expression? We know that expression. See what is that? P equals to KH into NA by N total. That means here Na is number of moles of A and this is N total. So like that, number of moles of a component by total number of moles can be written as which one in place of that? X, mole fraction. So these are the two formula for which one here? Henry's law. And here we have to concentrate on KH. What is the importance of KH? So see here, KH is known as Henry's constant, and here KH equals to P by X. X is mole fraction of the gas in a given solution, where KH is Henry's constant. This equation indicating both KH and mole fraction of the gas in a solution are inversely proportional to one another. So that means as KH value increases, solubility of the gas in a given liquid decreases. As KH value increases, solubility of the gas decreases. So this is one important thing we have to remember. And then units of KH are equal to the units of pressure. That means we can take kilobar or atmosphere or anything you can consider. That means units of KH are directly, that is nothing but equals to units of pressure. Okay, then another thing here, as temperature increases, what happens KH value? They may give the question like this. As temperature increases, we know that solubility of gas in a given solvent decreases, in a given liquid decreases. As solubility of gas in a given liquid decreases, we know that KH value increases. That means KH value is directly proportional to temperature, and the gases which are having high KH value, they are less soluble in water or in any given liquid. So one example, let us see here. KH value for helium at 293 Kelvin is 145 kilobar. Of course, this is approximate value, 145 kilobar. But for oxygen at the same temperature, 35 kilobar. That means here oxygen is more soluble in water comparatively with helium, because if KH value is less, solubility is more. Okay, then after that, let us see restrictions or limitations of Henry's law. What are the limitations? See here. First one, Henry's law is not applicable for the gases which undergo ionization in water. So like HCl, this undergoes ionization in water. So for this solubility, Henry's law is not applicable. And also, Henry's law is not applicable for the gases which react chemically with water. So for this solubility also, Henry's law is not applicable. And third one, for the solutes or for that compounds which undergo dimerization, that means association in a given solvent, for that also Henry's law not applicable. Example, acetic acid dimerizes in benzene. So for this also Henry's law is not applicable. And also Henry's law is not applicable at the conditions of high pressure and low temperature. At these conditions also Henry's law is not applicable. So these are the limitations of Henry's law. And then let us see what are the applications of Henry's law. First one is here, at high pressure, CO2 is soluble in water. So to dissolve CO2 in water, we have to apply somewhat pressure. And then second application is here, this is related to scuba divers. Who are these scuba divers? Who dive into the ocean, those are called scuba divers. They dive into the ocean with a cylinder. For example, if the cylinder containing normal air, that normal air contain more amount of nitrogen. But under the high pressure, nitrogen is more soluble in the blood. When they dive into that oceans, under the ocean, high pressure is exerted on them. So at that condition, if a normal cylinder is with them, that means that cylinder containing atmospheric air, now nitrogen is more soluble in their blood. When they come out from the sea, now due to the release of that gas from the blood, we can see the formation of bubbles of nitrogen in the blood. That leads to the somewhat painful effect known as bends. So to avoid this thing, the scuba divers should carry a cylinder which contains a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen and helium. What is the percentage of these three gases? Oxygen 32.1%, nitrogen 56.2%, and here helium 11.7%. So in this ratio, if this mixture is carried out in the cylinder, there is no need to get that, there is no need to fear for that. What is that? Here they can't suffer from bends, because here helium and oxygen mixture is taken inside, not complete atmospheric air. And also another application or another effect here, the people who are living at higher altitudes or climbers, they suffer from one disease that is known as anoxia. Why? Because at that higher altitudes atmospheric pressure is less, so the amount of oxygen dissolved in blood is less. By that they suffer from anoxia. What is anoxia here? That is, there is no proper thinking and they can't act properly. So that is called anoxia. So these are the some applications of which one here? Henry's law. Then what are the problems we get regarding Henry's law? So already we know that expression or that formula is partial pressure equals to Kh into here mole fraction. Now I give one question here. For example, for nitrogen gas, Kh value is 10 power 5 atmosphere at 298 Kelvin, and mole fraction of nitrogen in atmospheric air 0.8. Then what is the number of moles of nitrogen dissolved in 10 moles of water? 10 moles of water at pressure of 5 atmosphere. At pressure of 5 atmosphere. So this is the question. Now first we have to determine partial pressure. We know that partial pressure formula, mole fraction into total pressure. Okay, what is mole fraction here? Mole fraction is what here? 0.8. So partial pressure of nitrogen equals to 0.8 into 5. So that means 4 atmosphere. 0.5 into 0.8 into 5 equals to how much we can get? 4 atmosphere. By substituting in this equation, P means 0.8 into 5 means we get 4. 4 equals to Kh value there 10 power 5 into mole fraction of N2 gas means number of moles of N2 by just we need to write number of moles of water. In the denominator, no need to write the number of moles of the gas or solute, because Henry's law is now applicable for a dilute solution. That means here in the denominator, no need to write that number of moles of that gas. Now here number of moles of water given how much? 10 moles of water. So let us write here 10 moles. Therefore number of moles of nitrogen equals to 10 into 4 divided by 10 power 5. So like this we need to determine which one means here number of moles of nitrogen. So like that they give the question related to Henry's law. Of course some other questions also they may give here. What is that? For example, Kh value for nitrogen KH value for nitrogen is, take something here, 285 kilobar at 293 Kelvin, and consider the partial pressure of nitrogen as 0.987 atmosphere. Now, what is the mole fraction? What is the mole fraction of nitrogen gas? So now here the formula is P equals to KH into mole fraction. Partial pressure we have to consider it as 0.987 equals to KH value is given 285. Therefore we have to determine mole fraction. So like that here one can determine which one means here mole fraction of a gas at that given conditions. So like this we have to solve the questions from Henry's law. Okay, this is regarding which one, this solubility of gas in liquid and Henry's law. Okay students, bye.